Hey, this is Dave coming to you from Los Angeles, California, City of the Angels. The tool today for your Mindshift Minute is called Backtracking. Very simply is this. I want to hear what you're saying and give you some of your words back. We aren't always good listeners because sometimes we're not listening, we're waiting. We're waiting to talk. When you're backtracking, you must listen to the person because you need to get their own words. Doesn't matter how many, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just say what you want to say. Add to it. You're not going to mock them. You're not going to say a complete sentence. You're not going to parrot them. You're going to backtrack them. It's called active listening by Dr. Rick Brinkman, who's a friend of mine. He's an MD and he's a PhD. He's a great guy. Been doing this for 20 years. Great tool. It's a great tool if you're ever in a conflict with someone. If you're upset and your heart's beating real quick, it will calm you down. It will also calm them down. And you know what the most important thing is? Their self-esteem will actually go up when you backtrack them because they'll feel important because you actually got their words. Reminds me of the last time I was in LA. I had a big group, probably 200 people. Had a gentleman in the back corner, sitting way back there, and he was so painfully shy. Not only did he not say a word all day long, but whenever I would glance back at him to try to make eye contact, he would look down like this. It actually got to be a game where I would be looking to this side of the room and quickly go back there, and he'd go down. I'd be over here, and I'd go back there, and he'd go down. Really quite humorous. Got done with the training, said goodbye to the people as they were leaving. Noticed he never got out of his chair. Went back up to the front of the room to pack up my stuff. When the man gets out of his chair, walks up to the front of the room like 100 miles an hour. Kind of scared me, like, what the heck is this guy doing? Keep in mind, I've not yet heard his voice. The first thing I hear out of his mouth is, backtracking, 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 Dave, backtracking. I'm like, yeah? Does it really work? Does it really work, Dave? Tell me, does it really work? I'm like, well, yeah, I don't make this stuff up. Brinkman's a PhD and an MD. It really works. Okay, Dave. I might want to get a resource for that. Do you have a resource for that? Of course I do. I can help you with it, and it's guaranteed. You don't like it, we'll give you your money back. Okay, I got to ask you a question first. The guy's like backtracking himself. I said, sure, what's the question? I never saw this coming. He goes, well, it's kind of a personal question. Dave. And I'm like, oh, great. Okay, what's the personal question? Does backtracking, does it work with women? Does it work with women, Dave? Does backtracking work with women? I'm like, wow. I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, well, yeah, women are people. Of course it works with women. And that felt kind of bad for the guy because he goes, I'll tell you why I asked, Dave. I'll tell you why I asked. He said, I got divorced 12 years ago. 12 years ago, Dave. I've been divorced for 12 years now. I said, well, man, I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Yeah, I've only been on 8 dates, Dave. Only 8 dates in 12 years, Dave. I'm like, wow, I'm really sorry to hear that. He goes, yeah, here's my problem, Dave. Here's my problem. I go on these dates with these women. I get so nervous inside. Not only does my stomach hurt really bad, I blurt out really stupid statements, Dave. And then they don't like me, Dave. And they won't go back on dates with me, Dave. And I'm getting lonely, Dave. I need some kind of resource for this. Like, whoa, dude. 12 years, 8 dates? Heck, let me get my credit card. I'm buying on this one. I'm joking. I didn't say that. Ironically, the next day I was in Long Beach, California, doing a training, all men, 1 female, and I told that story. One of the guys says to me, oh, I don't buy into that. Women wouldn't buy into backtracking. I don't believe that. And I said, well, we have an expert here. Why don't we ask Jennifer, since she would be a woman? Jennifer, what do you think about backtracking? She said, Dave, I would love it if my husband would backtrack me because it would mean for once he was listening to what I was saying, Dave. When you don't listen to your spouse, you lower their self-esteem. Even if you don't intend to do it, you do that. You lower their self-esteem. You want to be a master communicator? Raise their self-esteem. Don't ever lower it. And always remember this. When you speak, you give up the power. When you listen, you have the power. Just like my dad used to always tell me, and I know you've all heard this. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for one reason. Listen twice as much as you speak. And don't ever forget this. Even a fish would be considered a failure if we judged it by how well it climbed a tree. There are no failures. Find your greatness, find what you're good at, and live the life you've always wanted. You have what it takes, and don't ever let anyone tell you different. And like one of my favorite Les Brown quotes says, and you've heard it before from me, you don't have to be great to start, but you must start to be great. Start today. And anything you do in life, you need to be a great communicator. Backtracking will help you be a great communicator. Start today with backtracking. It really works. And don't forget this. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next Mindshift Minute. Have a great one.